the way that it works for the majority of planters is that they get paid 12 cents a tree, and they plant, you know, an average of 2,000 to 3,000 trees a day.
We are in the middle of nowheres, but I would say we're about 50 kilometers north of the town of Wandering River and 100 kilometers south of Fort McMurray. Those are the nearest communities. This area was harvested 2 years ago, so that would have been in 2013. So this cut block is in an area that we call Drop-Off Lake. We try and do the reforestation within a 2-year window, and that's actually law. We have 2 years to start initiating reforestation in a block. It's irregular shape. The reason why we cut that way is we try and mimic what happens naturally in a forest whenever you have a fire and a disturbance. The edges are what the boundaries of the cut blocks are called edges.
Yeah.
And those are important for wildlife. They like to use these areas because there's a large source of food for them, but the standing timber provides them cover as well.
Well, you always work from the tree line in to make it easier, but that's one of the part of the jobs you can manage it kind of how you want to. And a lot of it's based on obstacles already in the land, and that will dictate your rhythm.
So what we're doing is we're going in on our trees here, because the whole thing with tree planting is you have to have the proper density. All the mills require proper density. So like when we're going in, I see my tree here and I'm starting, and I know that I've planted straight up and then I've worked that way. So when we're going in, that's
basically I'm just going to stay within a decent distance from him and feed off where he goes and bounce around.
The trees that we're actually planting, that's going to take about 80 to 100 years before we can harvest them. Yeah. But if we don't reforest these blocks, then, like you mentioned, yeah, you won't have a future source of wood.
I like it because, well, I like to be outside, you know, and that's always just been the type of person that I am. In my off season, I'm rock climbing and stuff, so yeah, I just prefer to be outside.
Yeah.
And tree planting, you're outside all summer. You're living outside with your friends in camp.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty healthy too, because you're drinking lots of water all the time, and you're going to bed early because you're exhausted from the whole day of work, until of course day off, and then you have a raging party, but until then.
Generally for a repetitive job, you know, the terrain's always different, there's different elements, weather, so it's not actually the same every single day.
Yeah.
You're around different people. So yeah, it's a decent gig.
One day I just woke up and I was 22 years into it. I didn't think I was a lifer. But here I am.